Hey everyone, this is Joey, your mostly adequate dungeon master. We have a bit of a special episode this week to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. We've got the whole crew together to talk about the podcast so far, the things we've learned, and also a bit of a sneak peek at potential side scenarios. Before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you to our listeners and supporters. We definitely wouldn't have been able to make it this far without you guys, and it really just means a lot to us that you enjoyed the podcast. That being said, this is our first discussion-style episode, so if you'd like to hear more of this from us, let us know on Instagram, Twitter, or Patreon at AAMagicPod. And let's go ahead and get started.
Welcome to Falcon's Reach, a city in which magic is technology. You're listening to Adequately Advanced Magic.
So there we were.
Young and bright-eyed.
Virile.
When we first started this week. Yes, that has definitely changed.
Yes.
It's only been a year. Damn.
Now my back hurts.
We've crossed into, or most of us have crossed into our early 30s.
Oh, Jesus.
Everything hurts now.
Oh man,
There's
don't.
only pain and suffering.
Tell me
I'm
about
learning
it.
new horrible things about my body's limits every day.
Just wait until you hit your 40s, guys. Just wait. So great.
But in the meantime, the podcast isn't doing as bad as our bodies are.
Sick.
Is that, I guess that's a win, or is that a fail? I don't even know.
It's really up to interpretation.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else has changed?
We finally are done with COVID, right? Oh, wait.
Don't say that. The second you say it, it makes it like not real.
Yeah. Thanks, Roy. Well, before we get any farther,
Before we go down that rabbit hole.
yeah, this is Joey, your very somewhat okay dungeon master. And today we're celebrating the 1-year anniversary of our podcast. So we have Jeremiah,
Woohoo!
Roy,
Hey!
Willie is back for a little bit,
Hello, hello.
and Mitchell.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Yay! We did it!
We did it. We made it to 1 year.
Man, it's been great being here the whole time.
I don't know. I mean, I just heard about a marriage that just lasted 3 months, so 1 year, not bad.
That's so
That's
sad.
not a bad track record. You're
We're,
right.
we're
Such a
already
sad
way ahead of
thing to
most
just-
celebrity marriages. That's true.
It's such a sad thing to just introduce.
Wait, who was it? Do I
No,
know
no,
them?
you don't know. It was like secondhand. Like, yeah, I don't even know them. 1 year, not bad.
On that happy note,
Yeah, what else has changed?
well, we have the same cast of characters. There's definitely been no exciting events involving any characters. That
Yeah,
would
definitely
change.
No one died.
No character deaths.
No one died. I do honestly think that our quality, or I hope at least that our quality has improved over the past year. We've recently been working on a quest log for our own purposes, but might also be shared. And as the person who has to listen to the first couple of episodes, let me tell you, it's like...
We've learned some things about the art of podcasting.
Didn't realize that was being shared.
It might be shared.
All right, I will.
To be fair, I say a lot of shit and it doesn't really happen like half the time.
All right, I will write it as if it's being shared.
What would you say is like the biggest improvement from the first few episodes?
For myself personally, I think it's just the developing that radio voice. I feel in the first couple episodes there's a bit of hesitation on my part, at least, where it's pretty obvious I'm desperately coming up with things. Whereas nowadays I have developed the ability to camouflage the fact that I'm coming up with shit on the fly.
Editing. It's always down to good editing.
It's so interesting because, like, I think we're just all our own worst critic, because I listened to the first, like, all the episodes in preparation to join, and I did not notice that at all. I was like, this is some good stuff.
I think I've definitely gotten more comfortable being on microphone, as it were.
I do also think everybody has gotten better at the role playing. It was it required a lot of pushing in the beginning.
I feel like early on there's always hesitation as you sort of are learning your character and you're learning the other characters. At least for me, it always takes time to get comfortable with the character. So, early on, you're kind of feeling your way through it, and maybe you're doing some experimenting. You haven't quite, you've got that skeleton of what the character's like, but you don't really know. And then once you've gone through a few things, you sort of get a better sense of who the character's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
That moment where you're like, what would my character do? I don't know. Let me think about this for a second.
Right. All right, so maybe we should talk about our favorite episode or moment. The adventure so far.
Spoilers, I guess.
Hopefully you're not listening to this first before you've listened to any of the actual podcasts.
Yeah, Willie, as the recently departed.
Yeah, I'm all around for season 1.
What was your...
Probably like just the intern, when we were interns. Just think it's so relatable to real life, but also... I don't know. I don't know much about D&D, but I feel like most D&D, they don't become interns in an office.
Not typically, no.
Not typically, right?
The quintessential part of every D&D campaign is when you do a stint as an intern.
Apprentice for a necromancer, maybe, but...
You do your unpaid internship and then you get to level 1.
Right, that's correct.
And then you start having to pay back your dues.
It's the pre level 1.
The level 0 character.
Internship was great. I like the Easter egg for our offline campaign for the manager guy.
Wolftread, the district manager, is based on one of our friends' characters from our private campaign. Is that the word?
I just said
game.
offline. Game.
Our offline previous campaign that took us like 5 years to finish.
Yeah.
And you think we're joking, but we are not.
It was a mess. There were like, at one point we peaked at like 10 people in the campaign.
Oh, geez, that's...
We were doing 2 sessions a week at our old apartment.
Yeah, but me and Mitchell used to live together, and the 2 sessions per week was, man, that was peak.
How do we have the energy?
Yeah, peak Dungeons and Dragons. See, this is what happens.
You were younger then.
When you go over 30, you suddenly don't have the energy to play Dungeons and Dragons twice a week.
We had like weekends where we would just spend all day like with everybody over playing D&D. We would take like a break for lunch, and then Joey would get a big roll of freezer paper out and like draw like a giant racetrack for us to do a chase scene on.
But his character is also based on, as he likes to remind us constantly, or more recently for some reason. Let's see, where is it from?
Let me look at the WhatsApp thread real quick.
Yeah, he was texting. It's from The Last Kingdom about Uhtred.
Son of Uhtred.
Son of Uhtred.
You've thrown in a couple of other references to the other campaign. Like there was the museum where there was a display or an exhibit about, I think, our home game characters fighting the last battle in our campaign. And then there was a play about Ziggy.
Yeah, there was the play or the event at the Moulin Rogue performed by orcs. I know this because I just listened to that episode to do the quest log.
I can confirm that is plot worthy.
Oh, good. Key foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm. All right, Roy, what was your favorite part?
I think I have a favorite NPC. He's a recurring one, and the only reason he's my favorite is because of the voice that you do for him, which is the Godfather.
That's a good voice. Joey never did that voice in our home game.
The Godfather is definitely my favorite voice, for sure.
All right, I'll have to find a way to bring him back sometime. Should I just do the rest of this episode in the Godfather voice?
Yeah. Godfather as a talk show host.
Yes, that won't be annoying at all.
This won't get old.
Godfather.
But I'm sure he'll come back
I mean,
at some
we
point
thought
in the
we
future.
were rid of him, and we had to go back, and
There was a pixie involved. It's all very
there was
technical.
the pixie involved, and then he was under the control of the pixie, and just a whole lot of.
It's been a whole year. You know,
Maybe
so
we
much-
should have finished the quest log before we did this episode.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm very familiar with the episodes that I've been in. The ones before that, not so much.
Yeah, it turns out the Godfather voice is like one of 4 voices that I can do. I very rapidly ran out of voices by like episode 10.
I mean, you have like 3 or 4 versions of the Mickey voice, so.
Should I use that voice for the rest of the episode?
Oh god.
Yeah, Joey, you should just switch between voices, I think.
Yeah, alright, I'll just do the entire thing in schizophrenia Moon Knight.
That won't get super... that won't get old.
That won't get annoying. Does anybody else have any favorite moments?
I mean,
Favorite scenes?
I think my favorite sort of scene is the one where Willie makes his big sacrifice. That was sort of a big moment in the campaign, I think, for obvious reasons, but it was also just played really well by Willie and Joey lining it all up to play out that way.
Yeah, I was blindsided by that.
Oh yeah, you and Roy didn't know that was going to happen.
We did not know that was going down.
Right.
It was well done.
Before the episode, Joey was like, so you're sure you're gonna leave, right? And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, all right, well, there's gonna be a moment, and it's gonna be really clear, and that's when you have to make your decision. And I was like, will I know it? Well, what if I miss it? And he was like, no, you'll know it. And that's all he gave me.
Such directing.
Yeah, right.
It was a very good moment. I like couldn't believe it in the moment, and then I realized like partway through, and I wrote on my notes because I started taking notes at that time. I wrote Jack dies, and then I drew a really sad face and I was crying.
I did have to go back and edit it to be sadder because there was a lot of disbelief.
How did you edit it to be sadder? How do you add sadness to it in post?
And then I
actually-
then I got to re-listen to it again when I was listening through and be sad all over again.
I actually had to ask Willie to
Oh yeah.
almost like redo the scene.
You did? Was it like later? You did like just like it was like as if I was in heaven, like interview or something. Like I think it was after that episode, you and me, we just did like a session where it was like I was in heaven, or like you had me describe what it was like to die.
Yeah, we did like a little thing about you meeting your dad who's dead.
That one.
Didn't we also have to do some reshoots, Jeremiah? Like he wanted us to do like more reaction, like the next episode or something.
That might have been.
Not
I think we had to
sad.
sit and we had to react a little bit to the. I don't know if it was reshoots per se, but
I think curiously, like the first take actually, more of the first take made it in.
Wait, do the
you weren't gonna
listeners do the listeners know that you're editing it? Like, what if they've thought this whole time that it's like, all authentic straight?
I don't think they're
that we're-
thinking we're playing 1 hour at a time.
Okay.
That were just that good.
Anyone who knows D&D knows you're not playing 1 hour at a time.
All right.
And there's all kind of nonsense.
Just
that
anytime
doesn't
there's a
make it in.
door, just add an extra 30 minutes of us trying to get through it.
Joey very rightly cuts down every door scene to the bare minimum.
So that being said, the things that I mostly asked the party to redo are reactions. Like I'm not
Take 2.
cutting
Your reaction
I'm not-
sucked. Do it again.
I'm not like massively cutting major things that happen outside of the campaign into the campaign or anything like that.
He might just be saying that. None of us remember.
Yeah, apparently.
It's a year.
Joe, you should have like a list of reactions and then have them like record 3 or 4 for each reaction, and then you can just like slice them in.
Whoa! So every now and then I will be like, please deliver that line with a little bit more emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's generally about it. Unless we're killing someone off, in which case there is a lot of subterfuge.
Has anybody got any voice acting gigs?
If I have, they've all gone to spam and I haven't read them.
I did see that they were hiring. It's like the Hollow Live.
Those are VTubers. VTuber is like the generic virtual avatar person, and they'll do like the facial recognition, so like it'll map to what the person is doing.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the fancier people have that.
Fancier people.
Fancy people.
Well, I almost applied to do one of those things.
What?
Despite my lack of experience in live streaming.
You can use your Mickey voice.
I believe in you. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Hi, I'm playing Elden Ring today. Prepare to die.
Time to
get good. You probably could get some viewers.
I might do that one. I might sign up for that one. Yep.
Yeah.
Haha, I'm dead again.
Oh, there I go. Get good, Scrap. I'd watch that for sure.
I believe.
Would you though? Would you?
I'd give you a Prime sub for that.
That's true. You might get one watch. That's might get a little old after that.
It's a very specific niche.
It is.
Yeah.
What are those? The mukbangs?
What is this?
Mukbang.
What is this? Some sort of sexual thing? What's going on?
I wish it was.
It would make more sense if it was.
The mukbang is like when someone just eats a lot of food.
I'm Googling it now.
Yeah, just Google it.
I don't even know how to spell it.
It's mukbang.
Yeah.
Various quantities of food. All right.
This is a genre.
So if you would like to sponsor an adequately advanced magic mukbang, let us know in the comments or on Instagram or Twitter.
This is also your chance.
Magic Pod.
This is your chance to see the people in real life, right?
Listen, I'll Uber my ass over to Joey's place and I'll eat as much sushi with him as I need to.
Can you do fun foods from the episodes, like that noodle stand guy?
Oh wow.
We can make food from the
the adequately advanced magic cookbook.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yes.
Well, it's super great because there's no real food in that world.
That's true.
Everything's just tofu, like straight tofu.
Yeah.
That's what you're eating.
How much tofu can I eat before I throw up everywhere?
Is it tofu or is it really just soy product?
Isn't that what tofu is?
It's just shipped in our giant
I want to
powder.
go super dystopian though, so it's not even as edible as tofu.
It's bad tofu.
I mean, they do sell Soylent now.
I can't believe it's not tofu.
I was into it for a while. They had the coffee one that was really good.
Learning so much today.
Why did you stop taking it?
It's relatively expensive. If you're buying like the pre-mixed like ready to drink stuff.
Yeah.
You could buy the powder still, but that's work.
If you're listening from Soylent, we'll gladly edit that part out.
Extort them.
We should start that as a thing. Reverse advertising.
Yeah. Get the Godfather involved.
What's reverse advertising?
Protection money.
Talk shit about your product until you pay us off.
It sounds like somewhat illegal, but also not.
I mean, that's how Yelp works, right?
No, that's what influencers do. They'll say they'll like talk shit about your product until they give you like until they receive like $100 gift certificate or something.
Okay, so we could have like a segment in the middle of the podcast where
no, this actually gave me an idea for like a side scenario. So let me write this down right now.
Uh-oh.
This sounds like the perfect like capitalist dystopia that we cover. So
then I have a prompt for everybody after that. which is why did you guys want to join the podcast and or do the podcast if you're Joey?
I wanted to be somebody I'm not. I don't know if that's like a sign of bigger identity issues, but also just like storytelling and just being a character. I just want to get to know a character well. It's more of like a creative exercise in a way, I suppose. Which I always like. Halloween's like my least favorite holiday, mostly because it's people not being themselves, and then here I am trying to do that too. So,
except you're not getting any candy out of it.
No,
that's the tragedy of the situation.
I mean, guys, we can very easily fix this problem.
we didn't even know it was a problem.
It's impossible. Impossible.
All right, look, I just wanted to play D&D, man.
How dare you not try
Nothing
for a
deep,
higher purpose?
just wanted to play D&D.
Yeah, I wanted to play D&D again or more because we were kind of in a mild hiatus in the offline campaign, and then or was it already over? I don't even remember the timeline. And then Joey kind of made it a prerequisite that I join the podcast in order to play D&D. So
entry fee.
He's basically like the guy in the van. Hey kids, you want to play some D&D?
I don't know how to respond to this allegation.
Just deny it.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't
Willie.
me.
Willie made me do it.
Joey did ask me one day. He was like, "You want to do D&D?" And I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Well, what kind of campaign do you want to do?" And I was like, "Oh, well, capitalism's on my mind, so let's do something like that." And I want
Capitalism's on my mind.
I want to like kidnap somebody and blackmail somebody. That's what I kind of wanted to do.
They've done that recently.
Congratulations.
They literally just did that like 3 episodes ago.
I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't sound like us at all.
We apprehended a suspect.
I think when Joey asked me, I had also just watched The Boys, and it's like a group of ragtag folks trying to take down something bigger, which I think is just like a great concept. I don't know, like underdogs are always
basically every D&D campaign ever.
Basically, so let's take these 5 like jackasses and throw them at God.
I do have to say in my one note, this campaign is named Willie's campaign.
Where it all began.
Just to hammer home your betrayal of and abandonment. Yeah.
I think it's for the best. It would have been, we made Nigeria work. I think it would have been hard for me to record from Afghanistan.
But you would be like all the cooler.
Yeah, but it'd be like bad signal. It'd be like choppy. But I don't know, but maybe you could work that in somehow, Joey. Like a bad signal. Like,
he's actually just a ghost from a different dimension.
Yeah, right.
Joey, what are some of your ideas for bonus? Okay, what ideas can you share that you have for like bonus content or side content?
For bonus content, let me see. I have a list, actually. So the first option we had back in August was Constance's art shenanigans, which was partially included into the next option, which was a former police officer and his puppy attempt to start a taco stand.
Good one.
Which, now that I think about it, I'm not sure the connection was like entirely clear.
The taco stand was related to Constance's art?
Yeah, actually.
That was not clear.
Yeah, so when you guys go into the sewer to rescue the lady who is making the NFFTs, right?
Yeah.
And she has a bunch of paintings.
Yes.
She actually briefly mentions that her painting person disappeared recently, I think.
I think I do remember that.
Yeah. And it's very heavily implied that the missing painting person is Constance.
I think I knew that at that time, but I figured it was just like a throwaway, like little piece of dialogue. I didn't realize it was critical plot details.
I mean, it is not critical plot detail.
No, it's critical plot details now.
But we did the former police officer and his puppy attempt to start a taco stand. Unfortunately, the puppy only appeared in the last episode because it was forgotten at home.
He does appear, though.
Another option was a flashback to Hortense's adventuring days.
Would that have been more traditional D&D?
It would have been more traditional D&D.
That could have been fun.
And there was also Wolf Tread Barbarian Bureaucrat deals with the next set of unpaid interns, and that also unintentionally got folded in. And there's Underground Pirate Adventures.
Oh, I want to. That one sounds so fun.
Yes.
Entire party of swashbucklers.
Which we also kind of have touched on.
That's
Very
true.
briefly.
She's now a notorious criminal.
Or is she?
Or is she? Depends on how well that paperwork was filed.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to that yet. We haven't really had time, but that's coming up.
But to answer your question, the other ideas that I have...
If it's too spoilery or not stuff you want to share, that's also fine.
One idea is a JYMO pizza delivery service.
Okay, all right.
We got to get there, or
Wait, are you the deliverer?
30 minutes or less, or it's free.
Another idea is a party of students attempt to repay their student debt.
Oh, I like that one.
Oh,
That sounds depressing.
man, too real. Too real.
That's what the people want.
Has the government been promising to forgive student debts for the last 20 years?
Joey, that one might be too triggering for me.
You should combine that with the Hortenses. That would be good.
Is Hortense like a boomer?
No, Hortense still has student debt, but
Oh,
he's
okay.
1,000 years old.
He's already... Ooh,
We laugh because of the
good.
pay.
That is some good shit. I wish I had thought of that.
It's not too late.
Two corporate spies fall in love with each other. This one is sort of generic.
Pull that into the pizza delivery one.
Ooh. Someone is getting telepathically spammed, and they can't do anything to stop it.
That's dark. I think that's darker than student debt.
That's like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah. It's like neural implant stuff. Yeah.
I like it.
If you think the SMS and the calls are bad, wait till they get directly into your mind.
Don't think I'm going to let them get directly into my mind.
You say that now.
You say
That's
that
what they
now.
all say.
I have an entire page that just says an executive that is 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
What else do you need?
That one's good too.
I have another page that just says Pegasi gotta work too.
Wow.
It's like,
I mean,
fill in the details later.
I have another page that says high level executive who got there by accident.
Oh.
All right.
That's psychological. Like imposter syndrome or
No, like actually
like Mr.
legitimately
Bean?
complete yeah.
so what do they have to do? Like what's the crux?
I'm assuming you've already fully fleshed this out, Joey.
Yes, completely. Another idea is ghosts who were it's the opposite of Ghostbusters. Ghosts who are hired to haunt a place. But yeah, there's a lot of ideas on the back burner.
But some of these could end up in like regular episodes too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but now you've
These
just
are
given
just
it away.
one of a great many ideas that may or may not appear in later episodes.
Are you ever going to release our that one episode that we recorded that was like the first time we recorded together?
Yeah, we did a practice episode with Mitchell before he formally signed on to the well, I mean, it was more just like a training episode, really.
Training wheels.
And it honestly wasn't that bad. It's probably the only one shot that I've run that took less than like 16 hours.
That was an actual one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was fun. And it had an actual conclusion.
What?
overrated.
I know.
All right, I gotta head out. Anything last thing you guys want from me?
Tell us how much you miss us.
Miss you guys a lot. This
is not for the podcast. This is just for me, actually.
Joey needs this.
I miss playing. I was somebody posted a Instagram story saying they were looking for a DM, and I was like, I'm looking for a DM too in person, but they wanted to play online. So I'm still looking for an in-person game somewhere, wherever I end up living. So no, I do miss you guys. Seems like you guys are having lots of fun, and have a good night. Talk to y'all later.
All right.
All
See you
later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, well, I think this is a good stopping point.
We did it. 1 year. 1,000 years.
1,000 years podcast.
Yep, we're gonna upload ourselves into an AI shell and keep playing.
Yep, until magic is truly technology.
And until that day comes, we will keep going.
All right, Roy, how about you close us out?
So I just want to say on behalf of everybody here on the podcast that we really appreciate all of you listening, all of you donating on the Patreon, and hopefully what we do here is a little bit entertaining. And if it is, then I think that's a success, because I think we can enjoy it ourselves. And hopefully we'll have another one of these in a year.
What Roy said.
See you next episode.
Hey guys, it's me again. Join us next week as Hirkir Niklaus and Cirrus survive a bomb explosion.